They must often change who will be constant in happiness or wisdom. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. What the superior man seeks is in himself. What the small man seeks is in others. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. When anger rises, think of the consequences. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Before you embark on a journey of vengeance, dig 2 graves. To see what is right and not do it is a lack of courage. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation, there is sure to be failure. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Men's nature are alike. It is their habits that carry them far apart. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential, these are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in re-rising every time we fall. To be able, under all circumstances, to practice 5 things constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 things are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Have no friends not equal to yourself. The superior man, when resting in safety, does not forget that danger may come. When in a state of security, he does not forget the possibility of ruin. When all is orderly, he does not forget that disorder may come. Thus, his person is not endangered, and his states and all their clans are preserved. Study the past if you would define the future. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the 3 universally recognized moral qualities of man. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Forget injuries, never forget kindness. If you look into your own heart and you find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear? He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place and all the stars turn towards it. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Be not ashamed of mistakes, and thus make them crimes. If I am walking with 2 other men, each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. He who will not economize will have to agonize. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? When we see men of contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. He with whom neither slander that gradually soaks into the mind, nor statements that startle like a wound in the flesh, are successful, may be called intelligent indeed. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon and star. Roads were made for journeys, not destinations. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. 3 things cannot be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Learn as if you were not reaching your goals, and as though you were scared of missing it. To understand yourself is the key to wisdom. Straightforwardness without the rules of propriety becomes rudeness. The true gentleman does not preach what he practices till he has practiced what he preaches. It is man that makes truth great, not truth that makes men great. The journey with 1,000 miles begins with 1 step. Anyone can find the switch after the lights are on. To love a thing means wanting it to live. If you try to do too much, you will not achieve anything. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. To be truly happy and contented, you must let go of what it means to be happy or content. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Hope breeds peace. I want you to be everything that's you, deep at the center of your being. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. There is nothing more visible than what is secret, and nothing more manifest than what is minute. Words are the voice of the heart. I have not seen a person who loved virtue, or one who hated what was not virtuous. He who loved virtue would stem nothing above it. The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tool. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. It is not possible for one to teach others who cannot teach his own family. The people may be made to follow a path of action, but they may not be made to understand it. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. Study without reflection is a waste of time. Reflection without study is dangerous. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present? Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. No matter how busy you may think you are, you must find time for reading or surrender yourself to self-chosen ignorance. Knowing something is not as good as liking it. Liking something is not as good as rejoicing in it.